So today we're going to tackle why is the Philippines internet service or internet speed is so slow. So first we're gonna be reacting to an old video that I recorded and uploaded back in 2019, and we're gonna react to that, or basically we're gonna use that as a reference to talk about this particular topic, so that we have some context as to why is our internet speed so slow. Because I tried to look at the videos regarding this, in YouTube, from YouTube Philippines standpoint, and most of it are usually just comparing which service is better than the other service, or like if it's Globe, Smart PLDT, Converge, Sky Broadband, and so on and so forth, Dito, right? So we're gonna contextualize that, and we're gonna discuss that in this video. Here we go. So this video that we're gonna be reacting to is, I uploaded it in another Facebook page, Awesome Developments. So there's a timestamp. As you can see, the timestamp is June 10, 2019. And the speaker for this is Patrick Gloria from Globe. So just to contextualize this once again, and even though the representative is from Globe, I think the same is true. I think even I think PLDT or Smart will agree to this, simply because, like, this is the reality. They are a duopoly. The current state is, like, for the most part, duopoly, although there are now more and more smaller players, but not necessarily the same size.
Philippines is number one user of the internet. Japan is the least. That's Philippines, that's Japan. Okay. And that's the reason why also that we have slower internet speeds. And let me tell you why. Because we have smaller number of cell sites compared to Japan. Okay? Why am I talking about Japan? Alright. Let's talk about Japan. Why? Number one, we have 16,300 cell sites. In Japan has 220,000 cell sites.
What?
Big difference. So per block, Japan
Just getting refreshed on
does
this.
have about 3 or 4 cell sites, either tower or kind of building solution in 1 square block. Kita, 1 tower in 2 kilometers. We only have 16,000. See, who has gone to Vietnam? Huh?
Okay, this is 2019 data, just almost like about a year ago. So
Vietnam is the same as us, right? They have 70,000. 70,000. Kita, this is size. Right? So that's why you guys are having difficulty serving some areas, because congested. Why? Let me tell you why. 1 cell site is being shared by 3,900 Filipinos. Guess how much in Japan? 1 cell site is being shared by 500 people.
wow.
Ayun ka, no? Okay. And let's go further. Kaya ako na-experience it. You know why? It's not because the telcos don't want to put up cell site. It's because it's very to get permits to put up a cell site. Specifically barangay. It's not even the national. Kaya national yan, masugod mo lang na. Ang result is the barangay level. And I know that because I've been attending barangay hearings to get a permit. Okay? So, if people ask you why we have slower speeds, it's because we have small cell sites in the mind. No? We have smaller number of cell sites. And because we have lisod na kuha ang permit, especially from barangays. Barangay captains, why? Because when we do a barangay hearing, we call on about 200, 100 people who live within the site ng barangay. Okay? The rule of thumb sa HLURB is majority should say no or yes. In this case, if the barangay captain is not knowledgeable about it, and naay isa or duha or tulo or upat or lima katawad and say no, di niya napapirmahan ang barangay resolution. And in order for you to move and get the permits from national, the first step is to get a barangay resolution. Nag-gets na. Because nahadlock sila because of three things. Matumbahan cell site, radiation, wala sa minibawaan. And number three, what's in it for them? Which is valid. What's in it for them? So, na-address ko na trace sa ato ha. Okay.
Makes sense.
Kasi, it's convincing that ano mong DOH, di mo mong tuo. Ingon sila, ingon opinion na akong DOH. And the rest is also, you have to tell them about the new builds for towers. I told you, is just we need to build more cell sites for you to enjoy the capabilities of your phones. Okay? So, Philippines, 67,000 million users, 18,000 cell sites, 3,753. Tanaw China, 300 lang. Tanaw si India, 1,000 lang. Tanaw si Malaysia, 1,000 lang po. So, diba? So, hindi siya congested. We are 3 times as much.
Actually, yung DOH still maintains its stance dun sa press release na issue noong 2001. It states that no study proving cell site can cause cancer. Marami pang mga pag-aaral na ginawa sa abroad. There are several decades of studies. There's still no conclusive evidence that cell sites can cause adverse health effects.
Last year, the whole seminar on Telco 101, which I joined together with other media people and bloggers, YouTubers, content creators. It was basically like half day, information education campaign on the part of Globe, and I recorded like for the most part like 80% of the talk. I recorded it, but in that video was only like 5 minutes, so like half or like more than half of that video was clips for the main points of why we have the slow internet issues and problems that we have today. So just to have a quick recap, so we have a smaller number of cell sites versus the high number or high demand of users. So one cell site that covers like 2 kilometers was it, and then one cell site is serving 3,900 Filipinos, and this was just last year. So to contextualize that in the present day during quarantine, and I think we're still in quarantine, so we have significantly more demand today, this year 2020, compared to last year 2019, which was when this video was recorded and uploaded, and I think that's just to have like a comparison of the data. So for sure today we have more user demand, especially because of online education, the shift in online education, and also the shift into work from everywhere, or you can call it work from home approach. But if we're already going in that direction of work from everywhere or remote work or online jobs, basically, so that this is just the demand is just going to exceed it already has exceeded our current capacity, or even the capacity last year. So this is why. Second is the permits, the struggle of permits, the red tape, at the barangay level, as mentioned by the speaker. Um, I think there's a similar, there's a parallel issue here with regards to the statement of DOH. So, I mean, DOH last year versus DOH this year. I mean, we have some problems of, let's just say, in terms of the data collection with regards to the pandemic. But that's not the issue here. The issue is that there is no study proving cell sites can cause cancer. So that's like another barrier for speeding up connectivity and access to internet across the Philippines, and we're an archipelago. So it's even more that adds to the challenges that we're facing today. And then the third is what's in it for them. I mean, this is a tricky issue that it could lean towards corruption. It could lead towards something else, but it also makes sense. Like, will the cell site benefit the community or the barangay? Yes, no, maybe. Today they have no choice. They have no choice because online learning is mandated by DepEd. Heck, even some of our city council or town hall sessions, or I think some of you have seen, even our legislative department is utilizing digital tools in collaboration and communication, and they're having their activities now online and viewable to the public. So is there an improvement, or is there any updates with regards to what's basically what's the progress? So what's the progress? So I have something here once again from Globe, because this is something I found very easily. So this is the perspective of Globe, basically. Okay. Globe is eyeing to install at least 800 cell sites in the last 3 months of 2020 to close out another year of its network expansion. So in Metro Manila and Rizal, it's set to build at least 319 cell sites, while in North Luzon, at least 100 sites are in the pipeline, with Bulacan, Pampanga, and Pangasinan topping the 15 provinces with the most built. So I think these are already approved because it's already being built and it's in the pipeline. So the permits are probably already there. It's just a matter of building them. So Cavite, on the other hand, tops the 12 provinces in South Luzon, which are target areas for expansion. These include Albay, Batangas, Camarines Sur, Camarines Norte, Quezon, Laguna, Marinduque, Masbate, Occidental Mindoro, Palawan, and Romblon. So at least 64 towers and small cell sites are being planned in the region, as I've read. So in the Visayas, we have 147 installations that are being eyed in Cebu, which while builds are also set in Aklan, Antique, Bohol, Capiz, Guimaras, Iloilo, Leyte, Negros Occidental, Siquijor, Samar, and Negros Oriental. A total of 190 installations will be built in these provinces. So in the mentioned timeline, within the next 3 months, so like we're October, November, December, January, or already October, November, December. So hopefully we will have like another 800. And for sure, Smart and PLDT is also targeting, I believe, they're competitors. So I'm sure they're also trying their best to match, if not exceed, the target number of cell sites on their area or in their respective targets. So if we're going to assume that now, because they have been a duopoly for such a long time, we are we are going to expect at least 1600, I would say 1600 cell sites by the end of the year, just from these two players alone. But if we look at the total cell sites in the country, 16,000 maybe plus let's round it off to 2,000 from the time of June 2019 to today. So let's say an additional 2,000 new cell sites will be built by the end of the year. So that's 16, 17, 18 plus thousand. So it's still, even if there are builds or potential cell sites that are being built today as we speak, it's an additional 2,000. It's still far if we compare it to other countries such as mentioned in the video, India, Vietnam, Singapore, even Japan. So okay, that's it's progress, but we're getting there. Let's mention Mindanao. I forgot to mention Mindanao. In Mindanao, target will be 166 cell sites in Mindanao, with Davao del Sur getting the most number among the 23 provinces and one city covered by the expansion. So 166 cell sites are to be expected in Mindanao. So that's not bad. This is progress. Small steps, small progress towards better internet access for all of us here in the Philippines. So yes, that's the context, the reason why we have slow internet. I mentioned 3 reasons, and the current state and the progress, at least from one side, from Globe, and I think PLDT Smart will try their best to match the speed and the target number of cell sites that are being built by Globe. What about the new players, the small players? The small players will definitely be helping us, as alternatives. I think the way forward will always be, especially if you're going to be an online freelancer, or even if you are gonna go for online education for your kids, you have to have a main source, primary line, and then you have to have a backup line, right? It's very difficult when one line goes down when it rains, or slows down when it rains. So it's better to always have a backup line or backup internet, basically. So how will the new player, aka also known as Dito Telecommunications, we don't know. Okay, the most of the speculation with regards to Dito is just the stock market, stock prices. Has nothing to do with actual implementation yet. So, but if you go through, I think, if you dig through the job sites and updates, Dito is speeding up with its. I think they're trying to also join the race in building their own cell site infrastructure for their future internet service. So we still don't know yet how they there's just lots of speculation, like positive and negative, but at the end of the day, it's all about the actual service. So we don't know yet, we cannot judge yet, right? But as for the other players like Sky, Converge, and other small players, yes, you can use them. You can still use them as a backup or a primary, depending on your area. So if your area is already congested by Globe or PLDT Smart, then consider. I'm not assuring anything that the other players will have no problems, but at least the new normal now is to have 2 internet service provider, one primary and one backup. So for now, that is the reason why the Philippine internet sucks or it's slow. But there's progress and there's hope. Eventually we will get there. And I hope that you learned something from this video, and let me know in the comment section about your thoughts, clarifications, questions, violent reactions to this.